dear Inspector General of Police and members of your entourage, Opalego, Udogwabi, Uniogene, Unudo, Biobi no, Lizelani, Wishing. IGP, firstly, let me warmly welcome you to Asagba. Asagba, the capital of Delta State. Asagba, one time capital of Nigeria in the days of the Royal Niger Country. Welcome you to this city by the bank of the Majesty Niger. And warmly we say welcome. Let me congratulate you, because I'm just seeing you and meeting you for the first time, though we have been seeing you on the television and following your numerous achievements and accomplishments since your assumption of duty. I want to commend you for the way and manner you have repositioned the Nigerian police force, and for bringing peace to troubled areas, and also for the expertise you have grandly demonstrated through your knowledge and bringing them to bear in the governance structure, especially as far as maintenance of law and order are concerned. Let me also applaud you for trying to relate with traditional institutions and royalty. For me, it is a thing of joy and indeed a thing of pride that from the onset you made it abundantly clear that you want to visit with the palace and then to have some engagement with me and members of the cabinet. My IGP, this is clearly indicative of your breeding, your exposure, and of course your experience in the scheme of things, and definitely your recognition of the role of the traditional institutions in not just maintenance of peace, but also in conflict resolution as the case may be. I want to commend you for that. But in saying so, our dear IGP, let me hasten to add that it's always good for people to lead by example. You have clearly shown leadership, and to that extent we consider you to be a role model in this regard. I say this, our dear IGP, because you are coming today has afforded me the opportunity to meet with the Commissioner of Police that is in Delta. I know that going forward, like you have clearly advocated, both of us will now forge a partnership that will help in maintaining peace and order, not just in the entirety of Delta State, but also in Assam. The IGP, it is important that you know some of the challenges we face here in Asagba. Firstly, Asagba is a drug-infested community. The issues of drug has become unbearable and uncontrollable. Why that will be the case, we cannot hazard any guess. But I believe that given your expertise, your background, you will be able to direct appropriately how we can, if not completely eliminate, but to a very large extent, reduce the burden of drug in Asagba. Because definitely, it leads to crime and criminality, and that is not what we want to confront with. Another issue that disturbs us clearly is one of Yahoo and Yahoo Plus. It hurts the image of this town here. For it to be said openly that Asagba is now the headquarters of Yahoo. We want to be headquarters of things better known and better valued than Yahoo. Again, it is a challenge, and we want to bring it before you. Because I know that with your antecedents and what you've been able to accomplish so far, definitely you can find a way to navigate through this so that we can get rid of that menace that is definitely affecting our locality. On the scale, Asagba is a very peaceful community. To that extent, we give kudos to the commanding heights in Asagba to have been able to maintain peace, to make this place very welcoming, very habitable, and of course, Asagba people are hospitable by nature. And to that extent, Asagba is now a haven for investors and for investment. Because of the peaceful nature, people from all tribes, especially those from across the Niger, find it much more appropriate to come to Asagba to invest. And for that, we are grateful for all those that have contributed immeasurably in making this place such a peaceful environment. Our dear IGP, there is also an issue that I want to bring before you. I know there is a chain of command in the police force. But a situation where incessantly officers of the police force come all the way from Abuja to come and address land disputes and land matters, to the extent of taking our men and women to Abuja without passing through the chain of commands, either at the area or at the police headquarters in Asagba or even Zone 5 and straight to Abuja. I don't think that is professionally right, and it is something I believe seriously. We should look into. I was in Abuja over the weekend, last weekend, to receive an award at Veritas University. And shortly as I came out, I got calls that some people came to arrest some of our people here. I tried to engage with the CP in Abuja, who gave me an undertaking that something can be done about it. I told them that I'm prepared to come back to Asagba and to weigh into the matter to see how we can resolve the matter, using my own expertise as a senior lawyer for that matter, for almost 40 years. But the next morning, before I left Abuja, the people in question were already in Abuja. Regardless of my intervention, I think that something can be done along that line, so that the chain of command must be maintained. My dear IGP, I say this because maybe we have something in common. I'm also a product of Unilag. I graduated from University of Lagos Faculty of Law in 1979. And I've also worked closely with the commanding heights of the police force, because early in my life, in the early 90s, I became special advisor to about 3 attorneys general. At that point in time, it was inevitable that we relate closely with the police headquarters. And I was a frequent visitor there. And it has always been that way. When our brother Solomon Arese was the IGP, I was always there too. Incidentally, he was my student in University of Benin, and we have continued along that line. So welcoming you today means a lot to our people, because we're going to be speaking to the highest voice available, to one who can give directives and they are to comply, and to a man of humility, a man who is of the people, understand the people. And I've just heard, you also have royalty flowing in your blood. So I want to commend you, and I want to thank you for this visit. The blessing of this land definitely will go with you. Amen. We pour that blessing because this land is rich in culture and tradition. This is a land that we venerate as a people. And whatever blessing pours from this land, certainly is a rich blessing in that regard. IGP, I don't know how long you're staying in Asagba, but feel free to savor the delicacies of our town and the rich cuisine that we carry. IGP, the only thing that I may not be able to advise you is to marry from Asagba. But we are proud of our women. We boast of the Mary and Babangidas of this world, among so many others. So we value our women as much as possible. I want to thank you for this visit. I'm happy that you said I will continue to engage, and I will also reach out to the Commissioner of Police, or he reaches out to me, whichever. But the important thing is that we're going to be partners in progress. We consider everyone in Asagba, regardless of his state of origin, his tribe, as a critical stakeholder in whatever we're doing. And to that extent, we want to live in peace with everybody and make this place as peaceful as possible. On that note, our dear IGP, I warmly welcome you. And like I said, may the blessings of this land go with you. Amen. May God continue to bless you and your undertakings. May God continue to be with you as you undertake all the jobs you are doing and all the things you are doing right for this country. Long live Anyahaba, and long live the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you for coming.
Because people